I demand to speak to whomever is in charge of this program.
Yeah, that'd be me. Can I help you? Who are you?
This is the voice of the Lord himself.
Holy shit. Wow, it's an honor, God. What brings you to my show?
I've come to deliver an important message. You, as well as your listeners, will soon die, and you will all be going to hell.
Yeah. Can I ask why?
Because you are a sellout. Your listeners are not loyal, and your show is not funny.
But God, I don't understand. I've never sold out. My listeners are the most loyal listeners ever. And a lot of people think the stuff I say about shooters, and especially the stuff I say about Thresh, they think that's all funny.
Wait a second. You mean to tell me that this isn't the show, Shooters?
Oh, for Christ's sake. I mean, whoops, sorry. No, this isn't Shooters. This is Pointless Audio with Immortal. That's me. Shooters is over at the Pseudo Online Network.
Oh, fuck. Dude, I am so sorry. Your show is the best damn thing I have ever heard. Your listeners are my best creations. But Shooters, Thresh, and Bill Gates, they're all going to go to hell.
Oh, okay. I'm glad we cleared that up. You had me really worried there. If you could just tell me and my listeners one thing, though. How did you get your voice that deep?
Ha 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 ha. This isn't my real voice. This is just an effects box.
There we go. That's my real voice. Anyway, thanks for having me on your show, man. You kick a lot of ass.
Wow, a visit from God. My show must be reaching a lot more people than I expected. Hey, kiddies, it's Captain Emmy coming at you on June 25th. And I don't know about you guys, but tonight's Shooters episode was action-packed. All I know is Scary over at the Sugar Shack, which happens to be one of my idols. He tried to mention my show on there, and I don't know if he did it or not. I'll have to check the archive of the show. But if he did, Scary's the winner of my contest, kiddies. Speaking of action, there's a new version of Action Quake out there, and I think I mentioned it last episode, but still, if you guys aren't playing Action Quake yet, you need to be. And now this has officially become my personal favorite mod for Quake 2, and to be honest, I have more fun playing it than I can remember having fun playing Team Fortress for Quake 1. And that's not even a biased statement at all because of my feelings toward Team Fortress software. I absolutely love Action Quake. Although I really don't like the new levels, the new models, and the new way that the guns shoot and stuff, it's absolutely mind-blowing. And if you forget the URL, that's action.telefrag.com. I should have an interview soon with the head of Action Quake, as well as one of the model designers. And if you guys want to know which servers I hang out on, I think there's only 3 or 4 Action Quake servers, unfortunately. And I'm normally running around on those. I server hop from time to time. But you guys really need to email. There's about 50 billion CTF servers that are either empty or have 3 guys running around asking each other how to use the grappling gun, which is so, Thresh-like it makes me sick. So email those server ops and say, hey, switch to Action Quake 2 because it rules your mother.
You stupid dick.
Today's Stupid Dick Award is a rather vague one. I'd like to dedicate today's Stupid Dick to all those people that play Action Quake and don't bother to read the README files. Okay, maybe README files have become so commonplace that we just disregard them and move on with our lives. Sure, for some software that's okay, but as you know by now, in Quake games, they are essential. You can't expect to jump into a mod, especially on a packed server where people are going like crazy, and say, oh, How do you open doors? You know, what the hell is that? But more importantly, it's the idiots that ask questions like this. Quote, what's the command to reload? Alright now, let's see. You would like to reload, so what do you think the reload command would be? Hello, idiot. You're just a stupid dick.
You stupid dick.
Kiddies, tonight I have a special treat for you. Now, I mentioned this a few shows ago, actually, and it wasn't until now that I got a certain surge of email about it. You guys want an interview with my mother. Now, as you know, my mom knows nothing about Quake 2. She doesn't even know I have a real audio show, of course. You know, like moms care. But the point is, she's going to try her best to talk about whatever I ask her. That's all I asked her to do. So she's going to be lying out her teeth the entire time, and I'm going to just make up questions off the top of my head to confuse her. It promises to be interesting, but like I said, you guys wanted it, you got it. Here you go, completely unedited and done in one take. Here it is, the interview with my mother. Okay, Mom, why don't you go ahead and say hi to all the lovely listeners out there.
Hi, all you lovely listeners out there.
First off, I was wondering, what's your opinion of the new patch for Quake 2?
I love it. I love the patch. The patch is wonderful. It's the best thing out on the market. I recommend it to all my friends. I say, go get the patch.
And what do you think about the way that the patch has redone the physics? Are you, do you like that, or do you not like mid-air control and things like that?
Oh, we have to have mid-air control. Wouldn't work without it.
And why do you say that? They were doing without it for so long, it seemed to add realism to the game.
Exactly. The realism. I love it.
But mid-air control takes away from the realism.
Oh, then I don't like that.
Okay, Mom, let's get back to Quake 1 here. Now, as far as rocket jumping goes, do you like to rocket jump? Now, be honest.
Love it. Love it.
And are you glad that they kept it in, of course, or do you wish they would have taken it out?
Oh, yes, too boring if you have to stay on the same rocket. I like to jump from rocket to rocket.
And for those of my listeners out there who don't know what rocket jumping is, could you briefly explain it to them, please?
Just you jump from rocket to rocket. You get tired of one, you jump to the next. Hey.
That's a good explanation, Mom. Okay. Do you think that Team Fortress Software made a good mod when they made Team Fortress? Are you a fan of it? Do you like it or not?
Well, not really. I prefer Quake. I play Team Fortress when I get bored.
Okay, and now that we know that you do play it, what's your favorite class, Mom?
The A class. I like that.
And why the A class over something like an engineer or a commando or a soldier? Why the A class?
Why I like that best?
Yes.
Oh, it's number one.
And is that because of the grenades or because of the weapon balance?
Grenades. I love grenades. Love to blow things up.
And which one's your favorite grenade, Mom? Do you like the pipe bombs or?
No.
Okay, moving right along. Do you think that Team Fortress made a wise decision when they decided to switch to the Half-Life engine?
Yes, better than the full life. Half-Life's better.
And you don't think that was selling out or anything like that?
No. What do you mean? The company's selling out?
Yeah.
Nah.
And I guess we're getting towards the end of this because you have to go, of course. But what do you think of id Software's idea to make Quake Arena instead of a Quake 3?
I think there's room for both. I think they should have a Quake 3 and then a Quake Arena.
But now you do know that they're taking Quake 3 and turning it into multiplayer only. Is that something that fits well with you or no?
Yes, I like multi. Yes, the more the merrier. Meet a lot of people that way.
Okay. And what about single player? Are you a fan of that?
Well, that depends on what we're playing, single player. What game are you talking about?
We're talking about, let's talk about Unreal, actually. Let's go to that, because a lot of people like that. So do you like Unreal single player?
Love it.
And why?
One-on-one.
Against who?
Myself.
So you play against yourself in Unreal, is that what you're saying?
Against the computer.
Against the computer. And do you find that the artificial intelligence on Unreal is better than good, or is it so good it's kind of pathetic?
It's pathetic, but That's an everyday life, so, yeah.
How about lag in Unreal? Do you think that's a big problem, or do you think it'll be fixed sooner or later?
It'll be fixed soon. I know that for a fact.
And how do you know that, Mom?
I have connections in the game field.
The game field? Could you rattle off a few names for us, please?
Louis. Isn't it Louis? Yeah. Professor Louis, or what's his name? Louis? Yeah, Louis. That's all I know him as, Louis. Let's see. Gates. Gates is a good one. Oh, Soto. Soto in the game field. Yeah. All three of those. High in the game field. Yeah.
Okay, and just a few more questions, Mom. What about Dennis Fong? What about Dennis Fong, Mother?
Dennis Fong? Who is he?
He's a professional Quake player. I'm sure you've heard of him. What do you think about him? Do you think he should accept my challenge for mud wrestling and face me one-on-one, or do you think he should continue to be a chicken and hide behind his computer?
He should face me in mud wrestling.
Go ahead, Mom. Challenge Thresh, please.
Thresh, this is Mom, and I challenge you in a game of mud wrestling. Is this on the screen here, or is it actual mud wrestling?
Actual mud wrestling.
Oh, I'd probably kill him. I'd smash him. I'm too big.
You heard it here first, kiddies. Even though my mother has no clue who Thresh is, she already wants to take him on in the ring. What do you guys say? Mom, while they're thinking about that, please say goodbye, and I really appreciate the interview.
Oh, this was fun. Bye. I hope you enjoyed my interview, and I'll be back.
This just in, kiddies, it is official. Apparently Scary got on Shooters and mentioned my show. And to be honest, I'm glad it was him because I am officially bowing down. I'm bowing down to Scary over at the Sugar Shack. This guy totally kicks ass, and to be honest, he's the real reason I'm running a show like this. It goes back further than when I wanted to run a show. It goes back to when Scary's site first came up and he had things that sucked and stuff like that. And by checking that site, I realized that, it's more than just a game to some people. It's kind of a lifestyle, That's when I first was really introduced to the Quake community, was through Scary's site. And no matter what, he was touchable. In fact, I remember I emailed him about something, and he actually replied. And to me, that was, the biggest deal in the world. And so, Scary, thank you. You're the man. I'm bowing down. And I just had a brainstorm as I was cutting and pasting that interview with my mother. Maybe I slung a little too much mud Shooter's way, because I noticed that even though they brought up my show on theirs, which is something I know they didn't want to happen, they handled it nicely. And me, I wouldn't have. But maybe I did sling too much mud, and I'm saying right now, I'm not apologizing for what I said because I simply spoke my opinion, but I am issuing this. I'd like to assemble a team of Quake players that are either avid listeners of my show or that run a popular Quake site. And in fact, I am asking Scary right now to join my side. It would be Team Pointless Audio versus Team Shooters. The first official Quake Real Audio showdown. We'd mutually pick a server and go on there. May the best Real Audio show wins. I think that's a decent way of settling that, and if you guys agree with me, hell, I'm already up for it. I'd like Scary on my team. I've got a few other people I've got in mind. And as far as Shooters go, I don't even care if they get Thresh. We'll still kick their asses. So if you guys think it's a good idea, maybe you should message Shooters about it.
9/10 of a gig, biggest ever seen. God, this program's big. MS Word 15 comes on 10 CDs and requires, damn, Word is fine, but geez, 60 megs of RAM? Oh, Microsoft, bloatware all the way. I've sat here installing Word since breakfast yesterday. Oh, Microsoft, moderation, please. Guess you hadn't noticed. 4 gig drives don't grow on trees.
That lovely little tune comes to you due to Microsoft's recent release of Windows 98. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a Lightstep user all the way, and until it works with Windows 98, and I've been told it doesn't as of yet, I won't switch to it. And I've heard Windows 98 is great, but to be honest, I hate the Internet Explorer browser, So why the hell would I want to integrate it into a piece of shit program like Windows? That way, you got two crappy programs running at the same time, which makes my computer look like a large waste bin. I don't know, Captain, but that's about it for my show today. Reason being, I've got a lot of stuff to take care of before my visitors come. Now, once again, I want to reiterate that there probably will not be any new shows next week. And, reason being is because I am going to have company. What I will probably do is add a section to the website where you can go, and I'll update it with my little thought of the day or something like that, or try and continuously update it. That's a lot easier than me trying to put out a show while I have company. Finally, I leave you with an even longer dedication, once again to Microsoft, about Windows 98. Now, a lot of you have probably heard this song before. It was in reference to Windows 95, but being that both programs suck and are basically the same thing, I'm going to dedicate it to Windows 98. So here you go. Once again, thanks for listening. And as far as my send me your hardware and I'll review it kind of sell-out idea that I had, a lot of you seem to like it so far. And remember, I'm still not going to be making any money off the show. This way I can get reviews to you guys that are non-biased and they're not bullshit. And that way, if I like a product, I'll give it a good review, and hell, maybe the company will let me keep it. So here you go, and thanks again.
Well, I bought it up from Windows Home and tried to boot it up. But when I load it up, it says my memory's not enough. I'll be running out. I need some extra RAM to fix me up. I have to cough it up. Open my wallet up, it never stops, never stops, never stops, never stops. This Windows 95, it's sucking up my drive. It makes a penny on fly, but my PC is obsolete. I'll have to buy myself a brand new machine. You suck me in and then you got me hooked. You got me, you got me. There's so much stuff to buy. I need a new hard drive. It's gonna suck me dry. My 386 don't have the speed. It takes an hour just to bring up the screen.
Kafastash, Alberishno down, Snitro, Anado, yes, the names just had order. Times if you chat of the civil ships in it, ma, names just had orders. Red on merit of even out what really has need at the in it, or air what. That's if I have fail ships in it. Now I'm not have mouse skill. Red on now, all right. Now, thought the one work like this is the time you now you know, but I've not. Red thing out of the clan, now you eating on my grief. That's my hat, and what is all I had out. Him there's nothing in exactly hell and its name off with his off, but this year fails the stumps out. I'm the sister bunny. Yes, go. Oh, peace, breathe, and walls, the light, and it, no.